Let me tell you something you already know but probably haven't acted on yet. Discipline isn't a gift, it's a skill, and like any skill, it can be mastered. But here's the kicker. Most people are waiting for motivation to strike like lightning before they take action. Wrong move. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving when motivation packs its bags and leaves town. So if you're serious about becoming unstoppable, if you're tired of starting strong and fizzling out, then listen close. Because the habit I'm about to share with you doesn't just build discipline, it rewires your brain for it. You see, the brain is plastic. It changes based on what you do repeatedly. Every action you take, every thought you entertain, every decision you make is carving a neural pathway deeper and deeper into your mind. Most people's brains are wired for distraction, for procrastination, for taking the easy way out. Why? Because that's what they've practiced. But what if I told you there's one habit that can override all that? One habit that, if you commit to it daily, will rewire your brain to crave discipline like it craves sugar. That habit is the relentless practice of doing the hard thing first. Let me break it down for you. Every morning you're faced with a choice. Hit snooze or get up, scroll on your phone or read something that grows you, eat junk or fuel your body. Most people choose what feels good now, but the elite, they choose what pays off later. And here's the secret. When you consistently choose the harder option, something magical happens. Your brain starts to associate discomfort with growth. It starts to crave the challenge because it knows that's where the reward is. You're not avoiding pain anymore, you're chasing it, and that, my friend, is where unstoppable discipline is born. Think about it. Why do most people fail? Because they're ruled by their feelings. They don't feel like working out, so they don't. They don't feel like writing that report, so they delay. They don't feel like having that tough conversation, so they avoid it. But here's the truth. Feelings are liars. They'll tell you to stay small, stay safe, stay comfortable. Discipline tells you to rise anyway, and the more you listen to discipline over your feelings, the stronger it gets. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it grows. Now, let's talk about how to make this real. It starts with a morning ritual, not just any ritual. A ritual designed to train your brain for discipline. The moment you wake up, you have a decision to make. Will you let the day control you, or will you control the day? The first hour sets the tone. If you waste it, you're playing catch-up. If you own it, you're in command. So here's what you do. You attack the hardest task first, not the easiest, not the most fun, the hardest. Why? Because when you conquer that, everything else feels easy. You've already proven to yourself that you can do hard things, so the rest of the day is just details. But let's be real, this isn't easy. Your brain will fight you, it will whisper excuses, it will tell you to start tomorrow. That's why you need a system. You need to remove the decision. You don't decide whether to work out, you just do it. You don't debate whether to write, you just write. You don't negotiate with weakness. You crush it before it opens its mouth. That's the power of habit. It takes the thinking out of the equation. And when you do this long enough, discipline stops being something you have to force. It becomes who you are. Now, some of you are thinking, but what if I fail? What if I slip up? Here's the truth. You will. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Every time you fall, you get back up. Every time you mess up, you recommit. The key is to never let a single failure become an excuse for a pattern. One missed workout isn't a problem. Skipping the next 10 is. One bad meal isn't a disaster. Giving up on your diet is. Discipline isn't about never failing. It's about never staying down. And let me tell you something else. This habit doesn't just change your actions, it changes your identity. Most people see themselves as someone who struggles with discipline. They say things like, I'm just not a morning person, or I'm lazy. Wrong. You are what you repeatedly do. If you start seeing yourself as someone who does hard things, your brain will align with that identity. You'll stop saying, I have to work out, and start saying, I'm someone who never misses a workout. That shift, that's game over for mediocrity. So here's the challenge. Start tomorrow, not Monday, not next month. Tomorrow, when the alarm goes off, get up. When the hard task is in front of you, do it first. When your brain screams for comfort, laugh and push forward. Do this for 30 days straight and watch what happens. Your brain will rewire, your discipline will solidify, and you'll become unstoppable, because at the end of the day, discipline isn't about punishment. It's about power, the power to control your impulses, the power to shape your future, the power to become the best version of yourself. And it all starts with one habit: doing the hard thing first. Master that, and you master yourself. And when you master yourself, you master your life. So what's it gonna be? Will you stay where you are, or will you rewire your brain and step into the discipline that's been waiting for you all along? The choice is yours. Now go make it. Let's get real for a second. Most people live their entire lives waiting for the right time to get disciplined. They think discipline is something that happens to them, like luck or fate. But here's the cold, hard truth. Discipline is a decision. It's a choice you make every single day, in every single moment. And the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who stay stuck isn't talent, isn't intelligence, isn't even opportunity. It's discipline. The ability to show up when you don't feel like it, to push when you want to quit, to keep going when everyone else has stopped. That's the secret, and the best part. You can train your brain to operate at that level. Let me explain how this works on a neurological level. Every time you resist temptation, every time you push through resistance, every time you choose the harder path over the easier one, you're strengthening the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for self-control, focus, and decision-making. It's like lifting weights for your willpower. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. But here's the catch: just like muscles, if you don't use it, it atrophies. That's why so many people struggle. They've spent years giving in to instant gratification, and their discipline muscle is weak. But the good news, it's never too late to start training. Now, let's talk about the habit that changes everything, the power of the first hour. What you do in the first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, scroll through social media, or drown in emails, you're programming your brain for distraction. But if you wake up and attack your most important task, the one that requires the most focus, the most energy, the most discipline, you're programming your brain for victory. You're telling your mind, today we lead, today we dominate. And when you do that consistently, something incredible happens. Your brain starts to crave that feeling of accomplishment. It starts to associate hard work with reward, and before you know it, discipline isn't something you force, it's something you embody. But here's where most people fail. They try to do too much too soon. They wake up one morning and decide they're going to meditate for an hour, run 5 miles, read 50 pages, and work on their business for 3 hours before breakfast. And then, when they inevitably crash and burn, they think, I guess I'm just not disciplined. No, that's not how this works. Discipline is built in small, consistent wins. It starts with one push-up. 1 page, 1 minute of focus, and then you build from there. The key is consistency, not intensity. You don't go from 0 to 100 overnight. You go from 0 to 1, then 1 to 2, then 2 to 10. And before you know it, you're operating at a level you never thought possible. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 people, person A and person B. Person A wakes up every morning and says, I'll start tomorrow. They hit snooze, they procrastinate, they avoid the hard tasks. Person B wakes up and does the one thing they don't want to do. First, every single day, fast forward a year. Person A is in the exact same place, making the same excuses. Person B, they've transformed. Their discipline has compounded, their results have exploded, and the crazy part, the only difference between them was that one habit doing the hard thing first. Now, let's talk about resistance. Resistance is that voice in your head that says, just this once, you deserve a break. It's not that big of a deal. Resistance is the enemy of discipline, and here's the thing, resistance never goes away. Even the most disciplined people in the world face it every single day. The difference. They've learned to recognize it, laugh at it, and keep moving. They know that resistance is a sign they're on the right track. If it were easy, everyone would do it, but it's not easy. That's why it's valuable. So how do you overcome resistance? You create systems, you remove decision fatigue, you automate your discipline. For example, if you want to work out every morning, you don't decide whether or not to go. You just go. Your clothes are laid out the night before. Your water bottle is filled. Your mind is made up. No negotiation, no debate. You've already decided. That's how you win. Because when you leave room for choice, resistance will always convince you to take the easier path. But when you eliminate the choice, resistance has no power. And here's another critical piece. You have to track your progress. What gets measured gets managed. If you're serious about rewiring your brain for discipline, you need to see your wins. Keep a calendar, mark an X every day you complete your discipline habit, and watch the chain grow. There's something incredibly powerful about seeing that unbroken chain of X's. It reinforces your identity as someone who does what they say they'll do. And the longer the chain gets, the harder it becomes to break it. But let's be clear. This isn't about punishment. Discipline isn't about depriving yourself or living like a monk. It's about freedom, the freedom to control your impulses instead of letting them control you. The freedom to create the life you want instead of settling for the life you have. The freedom to look in the mirror and know you're someone who keeps their word, to themselves and to others. That's real power. So here's your challenge. Starting today, commit to one discipline habit, just one. It could be waking up 30 minutes earlier. It could be reading 10 pages a day. It could be doing 20 push-ups first thing in the morning. Whatever it is, make it non-negotiable. Do it every day for 30 days and watch what happens. Your brain will start to shift. Your confidence will grow, and before you know it, you'll be addicted to the feeling of being in control of your life. Because at the end of the day, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's the difference between dreaming and doing, and the best part, it's available to anyone willing to put in the work. So the question is, are you ready to rewire your brain? Are you ready to become unstoppable? The choice is yours. Now go make it happen. Conclusion, let me leave you with this final truth. Discipline isn't just a tool for success. It's the foundation of a life well lived. Every great thing you've ever admired, every athlete, every leader, every artist, every entrepreneur who's ever changed the game got there not by chance but by choice. The choice to show up when it was hard. The choice to stay when others walked away. The choice to master themselves before trying to master the world. You now know the secret. One habit doing the hardest thing first rewires your brain for unstoppable discipline. It's not complicated, but it's not easy. It requires you to fight against your instincts, to defy your excuses, and to prove to yourself, day after day, that you are stronger than your impulses. And when you do that, something shifts. You stop waiting for motivation, you stop fearing resistance, you stop being a prisoner to your emotions, you become the kind of person who decides, and then follows through, no matter what. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The world doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards action. It rewards discipline. And if you commit to this one habit, if you build that chain of unbroken wins, you won't just change your routine, you'll change your identity. You'll stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles with discipline and start knowing yourself as someone who embodies it. So here's the challenge. Start today, not with everything at once, but with one thing. One hard thing first, every single day, and as you do, watch what happens. Watch your confidence grow. Watch your results multiply. Watch your life transform, because discipline doesn't just build habits, it builds legacies. The question isn't whether you can do this. The question is, will you? The power is in your hands. The time is now. Go rewire your brain. Go claim your discipline, and go become unstoppable.